blue, nope, that's not what it's called. Let's say I have a supernova acting as a sun. Now, it would be a very temporary sun. It would be a really cool source of light. And you pray really, really hard that it turns into a neutron star, not a black hole. We're going to be learning about that later this year. So this is just kind of a preview here. Ooh, I love pictures of supernovas. They're so cool. I think I'm going to go with this picture here. Nope, that one here. Yeah, I'm going to just go with that one there. That one looks really cool. Okay. I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to give it the soft edge. I'm going to shrink it down. And then I'm going to go to picture effects, soft edges, and let's make the soft edges really soft here. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking. That's really cool looking. I like that. Okay. Now we need to continue our showing of photosynthesis. So we need to have another picture of a plant, which we can get from a previous slide. Take it from this one here. Yep, I know. Okay. We have our deer moss here. And you need to figure out what gases does your plant intake in order to create oxygen, or what other sort of air or gas that your plant is taking in and then creating through photosynthesis for your planet. Remember, it needs to be something that humans can breathe. Oxygen is what we primarily need, but you're more than welcome to look up everything that is in the air that we humans need in order to breathe, because believe it or not, the air you breathe is not 100% oxygen. So to throw my point home as to the different gases that are on my planet, my planet's plants, I should say, still take in carbon dioxide. So they still take in CO2, which I think is greatly represented by, it's not a lot of great options, but I'm going to put this one in. And then I will create a text box in a moment that says that it is indeed CO2 versus oxygen, because this is a picture of a atom. Pretty sure it's a picture of an atom that is CO2. One of the two. I am totally spacing on the difference between the two. My bad. Okay. Then that's my CO2. I also need to put in some oxygen. Oxygen atom. Nope. Atom is a single thing. It's going to be molecule. Which, we'll say it's that one because it's two oxygen atoms together. Okay. Now, because I feel like it, I am going to change the color on it because CO2 is already red, so I'm just going to make oxygen blue. Now, to better label what my different gases are, I'm going to put in a word art. How I do that is I go up to insert, I go word art, and I'm just going to pick something here. I'm going to say this one can be my carbon dioxide. So I say CO2. and that's carbon dioxide. And then I'm going to insert another word art, and I'm going to have it be this one, and I'm going to go oxygen, which is O2, because that's what makes up our oxygen. Takes 2 oxygen atoms together. Okay, but this is just a bunch of pictures right now. It's not clearly showing me photosynthesis. So what can I do? There's a few things. Remember how on our food web we added arrows? That's exactly what we're going to do now, except it's going to be one more shape that I might add just because I have more than one light source. So when I go to insert shape, I'm going to add something called the right brace. You can also do like a parentheses if you really want to. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to make sure that the weight of this is, again, fat, so I know it's all included. And it points to the moss here, which I'm going to shrink here. And then I'm going to add another arrow to go up to the plant. And I'm going to make that arrow fat. And then insert shape, because after the light and carbon dioxide and other things, which I will talk about during my presentation, it leads to the production of oxygen. Woo! And now we are at the moment that you have been waiting for, the creating our Venn diagram, let's call it, for photosynthesis. This is a very key part of your project. So let's get going, and we're going to do it through making a table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a table, and I just want 3 columns and I want 2 rows. I'm going to bring this down here. Voila. I have Earth's photosynthesis. I have what they have in common. And I have Lanta's photosynthesis. Make this a bit wider. There we go. And then we're going to center those. Okay. Now there's a few things that on a previous table I didn't talk to you about. So something that you can do is we can click on a box that we say we want that to be bigger than what it is. I'm going to click on it and go to layout. And I find this little box here. Now this one box here is 0.41 inches tall. Well, I want it to be taller, but I don't want to click and drag because that makes every box bigger. I just want that one row to be bigger. I should clarify that. It's not going to just impact that one box, it's going to impact the entire row. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to go up here on this up arrow next to distribute rows. But I'm not going to click on distribute rows. I click to the up arrow to the left of it. Click on it and 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 probably click and hold, and voila, we have a PowerPointy Venn diagram. Okay. Now, in order to even further show that there's a difference of these 3 different topics that will be talked about, I can click on a box. I'm going to click on Lantis photosynthesis. I go to table design and I find this bucket called shading. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to make it pink because I like pink. And I think that Lanta, for as violent as it is, deserves pink. And I'm going to change the bottom one too, so it kind of follows a theme. Like, you know, you got like kind of like a mint green with a really light green, and you got like kind of like a darker pink with a really pale pink. Now, what they have in common? What color should that be? I'm going to make that orange. No, purple. Yeah, let's do purple. It is different. It is a little out there. Let's keep it light though. I'm gonna make that pale. I'm gonna go everything and I make the text black. Why? Because then when I present this to my audience, they can read it more clearer. Because if you have like white on a pale gray background and you're presenting to an entire room, you're not going to be able to see it that well. So you want to have as high contrast as you can between words that you type on your slides and the slide's background. And that's pretty much how you put together a nice PowerPoint. Now, the only slide that I didn't go over on how to make and I didn't show you was your conclusion. On your conclusion, all you need to do is you just need to add another slide and you just need to list reasons as to why President Moore should choose your planet to move humanity to. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or message me. Ask your parents for help. They might know how to get some of the more details out. Remember, I'm not with you, so I can't help you like with every inch of the way, but I hope this video helps you a majority of the way and gives you some clearer guidance as how you can make your presentation visually better and more representing of what it is that you're trying to talk about. In the next video, I will talk about the importance and some tips for presenting. See ya.